Hiya, welcome back to In the Kitchen with Tabby. Happy Derby Day. Guys, today is the Kentucky Derby, the Run for the Roses. I even wore my shirt with some roses on it in celebration. I hope you're having an amazing day. So you know that I could not let this weekend pass without making one of the absolute most amazing pies ever. I've eaten this pie many times. I've never made it, and today I did, and it is outstanding. I cannot wait for you guys to try this recipe. If you've never made a Derby pie, try this recipe. It was super easy, not a whole lot of ingredients, but I'm telling you right now, the flavor out of this world. I would say this is not a long shot, but it is the winner. Let's have some fun and let's get cooking. Let's get this Derby pie put together. This is something I'm really excited about. I love pecan pies. It's probably one of my very favorite things to make. Definitely one of the things my family requests the most is my pecan pie. But I've never made a Derby pie. So let's give it a shot. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So the first thing we're gonna do is take 4 eggs, and they're best to use at room temperature. So I've had these sitting out for a while to get to room temperature. And my neighbor gave me these. Typically her eggs are brown, but she must have a new chicken because she's got some white eggs in there. So we've got 4 eggs here, and I'm gonna break them into my bowl before I put them into my mixing bowl because I wanna make sure I don't get any shells in there. So we're just gonna break these open, and see that? Got a little shell in there. Now I'm gonna show you a little trick. You know, instead of trying to fish that piece of shell out of there, it's so hard. If you take the half of the shell and you just barely put it in there, that little bit of shell will go right back inside. So it's out now. So we're gonna drop that one in. So there's one. And that's why you should always break your eggs in a bowl before you put them in your mixing bowl. So there's 2. There's some beautiful, beautiful eggs. Wow, yeah, those yolks are nice. Let me get all that white out of there. So there's 3. Last one. Just my first one that I got a little shell in there. No problemo. I'm gonna break these eggs up a little bit. Now I'm going to add to that 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, packed. And I am using my own brown sugar, of course. And then we're gonna put 3/4 of a cup of Karo syrup. Equal parts Karo and brown sugar. Gonna give that just a little mix. And the last thing we're gonna put in right now, 1/3 of a cup of all-purpose flour. Now we're going to just whisk these together and make sure that they are incorporated and nice and smooth. So take your time with this. It might take a few minutes to get this really whisked really well and get all that flour incorporated so that there's no lumps. So I'm gonna bring you over here so you can see what this looks like. So you can see how nice and smooth that is. All right, so I think we're gonna call that good. I think that is whisked together really well. So our next step now, we're gonna add 3 more ingredients. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of bourbon. This is optional, but the recipe says they really encourage you to use it, so I'm gonna try it. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're gonna pour in 1/2 cup or 1 stick of melted butter. Now I melted this in my stove, in my oven, while my oven was preheating. Which, by the way, preheat your oven to 325. So this melted while it was preheating. So because of that, it kind of toasted a little bit, and it's got some little bits in there. So I'm gonna run it through this strainer. You don't have to do that when you do yours, especially if you melt it in the microwave. But I don't wanna get those little bits of brown in there. So I'm gonna run it through the strainer. Now we're gonna whisk that together really well. I'm gonna switch to my little rubber spatula. So the last two ingredients to go in are 3/4 of a cup of chocolate chips, and I'm just using a semi-sweet chocolate chip, and 1.5 cups of chopped pecans, and I'm using the pecans that I roasted. And you're just gonna stir those in. Just give that a good stir. That's it, my friends. We're gonna pour this into a 9-inch prepared pie shell. Those chocolate chips kind of sunk, so you wanna make sure you spread those around so that they're not all in the same spot. Let's get the rest of this out of here. We don't wanna leave any of that goodness in that bowl. So there you have it. Isn't that beautiful? So we're gonna put this in the 325-degree oven for 1 hour. You don't wanna over bake it, so you wanna make sure you check it. I'm probably gonna start checking it at about 45 minutes. You wanna be able to give it a little jiggle, and it'll just have a slight movement in the center. You don't want it super dry, so we don't wanna over bake it. So since every oven is different, I'm gonna start checking mine at 45 minutes and make sure. Let's get it in the oven. I'm setting my timer for 45 minutes, and then we will check it. And if it's ready, I'll go ahead and take it out and come back and I'll show it to you. If it needs a little longer, I'll put it back in. But I will make sure and let you know for my oven exactly how long it took. But the recipe says 1 hour, so we shall see. I will be right back. Hang tight. Friends, I just took it out of the oven. It took a little over an hour in my oven. But I wanted you to see, so you can see how it started to split just a little bit, but can you see how it has just a little bit of a jiggle in the middle? I'm not sure you can see that on the screen. Let's see if you can see. See, it has just a, I don't know if you can see that on there, but it has just a little bit of a jiggle in the middle. And it looks and smells absolutely amazing. So we're gonna have to let this cool quite a bit before we can cut into it. But as soon as I can do that, I will come back and we will give it a try. I can tell you that my whole house smells absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to try this pie. So I will be back. I promise I will not taste it without you, so hang tight. All right, guys, it has cooled off to a point. It's still warm, but it was cooled off enough that I could get it cut out. Look at how beautiful that is. The texture of it, the layers, you've got the chocolate and then this beautiful layer on top, and then the top, listen to this. It's a little crunchy. Oh, I think this is gonna be amazing. I've eaten this pie many times, but I've never made it, like I said, so I'm excited to try it. Let's give it a taste. Look at those layers. I'm so excited. Happy dance. Happy dance, you guys. Wow. Oh my word. I can taste just a little bit of that bourbon in there, but golly, I don't like the taste of bourbon, but that, I think it almost, I don't know if it's the taste of bourbon that I'm tasting or if it's just enhancing the flavors of the pecans and the chocolate. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to take another bite and see. Oh, you guys. You have to try this. The layers of flavor. Of course, the crust, the pecans, you can really tell those are not your typical pecans. That really good dark chocolate. Just a hint of that bourbon. And then the layer on top that's like the pecan pie layer. The caraway syrup and the egg, and oh, I can't even tell you. I can't put it into words. Not normal for me to be at a loss for words, but I am. This is probably one of the best pies I've ever eaten, and I'm not exaggerating. I really, really, really encourage you to give this pie a try. And I encourage you to leave that little bit of bourbon in there. I'm not a drinker. I don't like the taste of bourbon normally, but I'm not sure that it would be the same without it. So I encourage you to give it a try. It's absolutely delicious, you guys. I can imagine a little dollop of ice cream on the side would really take it over the top. So there you go, guys. That's our Kentucky Derby pie. Let me show you. Look at how beautiful it's staying together. Let's see. Yeah, you can see that. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just amazing. All right, guys, you know what I need you to do. I need you to share this video with your friends and family. Make sure that everybody sees how fun it is to make a Derby pie. You know, spreading it around like some good butter. It helps me, but it really helps inspire other people to get in the kitchen and just have some fun. Thank you so much for coming into the kitchen with me. It was worth it to stay up a little late and get this pie made with you guys, because I think you're really going to enjoy it. Make sure, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, that you like and comment and share this video. Make sure that you spread it around like some good butter, like I said, and make sure that if you're watching on YouTube, that you click the subscribe button and click that notification bell all, so that you never miss a video. When you do that, that lets the algorithm and Facebook and YouTube know that you like the content, and every time I post a new video, you will be notified first. I never want you to miss out on a video, so make sure that you do that. You will find this recipe, all my other recipes, on my website, inthekitchenwithtabbi.com, and this will be under the desserts category, of course. Guys, I hope your Derby day is going absolutely amazing. I hope you've placed your bets if you're going to. I hope you're going to watch the race. I hope your horse wins, and I hope you have an amazing, amazing afternoon. Remember, Christ is the unseen guest at every dinner table, and he is the silent listener at every conversation. So just make sure those words coming out of your mouth are pure and sweet like honey, that you're lifting each other up, edifying each other, using your words to show love and to shine your light, because that's what we're called to do. I love you guys so much. God loves you even more than I do. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.